All right, here's the advantage of having a private channel where you can just turn on the camera and just talk out things that are only interest to you. So I have just dropped the two videos just before this, the goodbye video on my Jay Shay channel, and the first video on my unpronounceable Jay Shay channel, the JZY channel. And hooray! So that is great. I did that and I got like a kind of a bit of a rush of like, oh boy, okay, I'm jumping into it. Okay, I'm gonna have comments. And I didn't really expect to have comments so quickly, but within the first half an hour, three people have left comments on my on the video. Just nice, welcoming, easy peasy comments. So I sat back down on the computer and I responded to those comments. So that was good. That's good. I am right now, as of now, I am on top of that. And it's like, look, it is just people talking, and whatever kind of relationship we have, it's fine. It is fine. And I just need to kind of take a step down from it being like, oh my God, I'm having a face-to-face conversation with multiple people. It's like, no, it's kind of a different beast here. I decided to switch over and have a new channel. A part of it was this idea of kind of going with realizing what kind of relationship do you have with people online. It's not the same as in-person in-person relationships with people, which that's not a value judgment one way or the other. It's just a way of saying it's different, and maybe I can accept that it's okay to have those kind of relationships, and it's only at a certain level. You're exchanging text messages with people in comment sections, you're maybe replying to each other on videos, but it's that is fine, that is cool. um but it's not as much of a thing that I don't I don't need to get super exercised about that. It's one of these things of, it's not like you're in a room with a person and you have to kind of deal with them. It's like you have a conversation and then you just kind of drift away. It's very much more like, I'm not a large party because that would terrify me, but it's just kind of you're on a sea, you're in a sea, and there's lots of water and people drift by and you chat with them and then they continue to drift by. Some people, you get the same current and you're together quite a bit, but then those people can drift off as well. And that's not that they're bad people or you're a bad person for drifting off. It's just, that is natural. And I'm trying to really kind of grapple with having that kind of relationship with people, and that being okay, that being just a fine thing to have. And, you have kind of light conversation. Maybe you get into some really interesting ideas, all that sort of stuff, but it doesn't have to be, I don't have to get all ramped up to kind of like, oh God, I have to deal with new people. It's like, this isn't new people. This is new electronic people, if that makes any sense. There's real people behind the majority of these people online, but it's just trying to think of like, what? There's a bit of a filter between us, and you're a little bit more detached, and it's okay to be just a little bit more detached, not to get so kind of worked up. Or it's not like I'm angry or anything, it's more like I'm anxious. It's definitely not anger, it's anxiety. And yeah, it's going to be a smaller potential pool of people that I will be talking to, and I'm just going to try and let myself kind of just gently get used to that and be okay with that and work with that. And, this may count, I think this probably counts as my social anxiety video for the week in some ways, of just kind of talking my way through this and going, you know what? it's going to be something that you'll have a little anxiety over, but just take each comment on its own and try and be, a nice, reasonable, friendly person. But don't kill yourself over it, and don't be so anxious that you're going to appear stupid or and that. And I think as long as you're kind of like mindful of, hey, we're trying to be friendly and trying to make sure that you communicate that through text. That is that is a good way to go. Um, and yeah, that would be that'll be a good thing to do. So yeah, yeah, just breathe, breathe through it all. It's funny how I felt like, oh shit, I have to get online here and talk about this, and why am I talking about this? This is horribly self-indulgent. But it's like, no, this is my anxiety video for the week. And I'm sure all my videos to one degree or another are anxiety videos. But yeah, yeah, that's just me kind of going like, okay, you got this. You had your first 3 comments, you replied to those comments, the world did not end, and you did okay. And that's all you want to do. You just want to do okay. Channel your inner Brian at Bookish, who is really good at just sort of commenting and chatting. Maybe not, you know, third tier Brian. We're going for like first tier, you know, having polite chit chat Brian. He can get really deep. He can get into serious conversations. He can have disagreements with people. He can be short with people, but then kind of reel it back in, and they can have a kind of a really good conversation. I'm not probably not at that level, but you know, you know, think about what level you're at and what you're capable of, and just do that, and accept that maybe you're not going to do the high tier stuff at the moment. We're going with beginner comment stuff, which one way it's like, oh come on, I'm an adult, but I'm a socially anxious adult, and so we're gonna just try and train myself up slowly, and that's a part of starting this new channel, is to do that, is to just try and you know work our way up and be okay. All right, I've been Jay. More videos later.